Nikola Tesla, the forgotten genius. When we think about the greatest inventors of all time, names like Thomas Edison, the Wright brothers, and Henry Ford often come to mind. But there's one name that history nearly erased: Nikola Tesla. Every time you plug in your phone, switch on a light, or open the refrigerator, you're benefiting from his genius. Yet, Tesla's story doesn't begin with triumph. It begins at the end. On January 7, 1943, inside room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel, the body of an 86-year-old man was found. He had lived there for a decade, surviving on warm milk and crackers, spending his final days feeding pigeons. Alone, broke, and forgotten, Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors who ever lived, died penniless. How could such brilliance fade into obscurity? To answer that, we need to start at the very beginning. Early life and tragedy. Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, in Smiljan, in modern-day Croatia. The night of his birth, lightning struck outside. The midwife whispered, "This child will be a child of darkness." But his mother replied, "No, he will be a child of light." When Tesla was 5, tragedy struck. He watched his older brother die after a fall from a horse. The trauma haunted him, fueling strange visions throughout his life. He often saw bursts of light, sometimes confusing what was real and what was imaginary. Yet these visions became the source of his creativity, allowing him to design entire machines in his mind without ever drawing them on paper. His mother, Juka Mandic, was an inventor in her own right. She built small household devices and had an extraordinary photographic memory, a gift she passed on to her son. Tesla's father, a priest, wanted him to join the clergy, but Tesla's heart was set on engineering. Education and struggles. As a teenager, Tesla nearly died from cholera. His father promised that if he survived, he could study engineering. Against the odds, he recovered and later enrolled at the Technical College of Graz in Austria. He worked relentlessly, often from 3 a.m. until 11 p.m., so obsessively that professors worried about his health. Tesla could perform advanced calculus in his head, spoke 8 languages, and amazed his teachers. But despite his brilliance, he didn't finish school. Why? Gambling. Tesla became addicted, lost everything, and eventually cut ties with his family out of shame. His friends even thought he had drowned in a river. But Tesla wasn't gone. He was just getting started. The birth of alternating current. While working in Budapest in the 1880s, Tesla had a vision, a system of electricity that could change direction or alternate, making it more efficient and powerful. This idea of alternating current, or AC, would become his greatest gift to the world. He soon moved to Paris to work for Thomas Edison's company, where he fixed machines and impressed managers with his skill. By 1884, he was sent to New York City to work directly under Edison. Tesla arrived in America with nothing but 4 cents in his pocket. His money had been stolen on the journey. At first, Edison praised him, calling Tesla the hardest working assistant he had ever seen. But this partnership wouldn't last. Tesla versus Edison. The War of Currents. Edison believed in direct current, or DC, where electricity flows in only one direction. Tesla, on the other hand, championed alternating current, which could travel further and power entire cities. The conflict between them escalated into what became known as the War of Currents. Edison waged a ruthless campaign to discredit AC. He even financed public demonstrations electrocuting animals, including, infamously, a circus elephant named Topsy, to prove AC was dangerous. But Tesla pressed forward. In 1887, he developed the AC induction motor. This caught the attention of businessman George Westinghouse, who immediately saw its potential. Westinghouse licensed Tesla's patents, hired him as a consultant, and together they challenged Edison's empire. Their big break came in 1893, when they lit up the Chicago World's Fair with AC power. Millions of visitors saw firsthand that AC was the future. A few years later, Tesla and Westinghouse built the world's first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls, forever changing how electricity was delivered. Tesla and Westinghouse won. AC became the global standard. Compassion and sacrifice. Despite the victory, Westinghouse's company faced financial ruin. Deeply in debt, Westinghouse begged Tesla to release him from their royalty contract, worth millions. Tesla, out of loyalty and compassion, tore up the agreement. In doing so, he gave up what would today amount to more than $300 million. Had he held on, Tesla might have become the richest man in the world. Instead, he chose friendship over fortune. And while that act saved Westinghouse, it sealed Tesla's fate as a man who would never be wealthy. Inventions and innovations. Tesla's laboratories in New York became playgrounds for his genius. He invented neon lighting, developed early X-ray images, pioneered wireless remote control, and of course created the Tesla coil, a device that could produce immense amounts of electricity. He dreamed of a world powered by renewable energy and even envisioned global wireless communication long before the Internet existed. In 1898, at Madison Square Garden, he demonstrated a radio-controlled boat. The audience thought it was magic. But tragedy struck when a fire destroyed his lab in 1895, erasing years of work. Around the same time, Guglielmo Marconi, backed by Edison and others, took credit for inventing the radio, using Tesla's patents. Marconi would win a Nobel Prize in 1911, while Tesla's contributions went largely unrecognized until after his death. The decline Tesla pinned his hopes on one final project, Wardenclyffe Tower, a massive wireless transmission station on Long Island. He imagined a world where anyone could send messages, images, and even power through the air. But investors pulled out. They didn't see the vision. Instead, they funded Marconi. Tesla was left bankrupt. Wardenclyffe Tower was abandoned and later demolished. His mental health declined. By the 1930s, he lived alone in the New Yorker hotel, feeding pigeons and working on small projects. Westinghouse quietly paid for his room out of respect, but Tesla remained forgotten by the world he helped create. Legacy: Nikola Tesla died on January 7, 1943. He was 86 years old, alone, penniless, and largely ignored. But history would not forget him forever. Decades later, his patents were recognized, his visions vindicated, and his name immortalized. Today, his inventions power our modern lives. His dream of wireless communication became reality, and his ideas continue to inspire, from renewable energy to the electric car company that bears his name. Tesla once said, "The present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine." He was right. Nikola Tesla's life was full of brilliance, sacrifice, and tragedy. A man ahead of his time who gave the world electricity, wireless technology, and dreams of a brighter future. If this story inspired you, hit the like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more untold stories of history's greatest minds.